Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Last week was something quite special for my students in secondary school music. They had this performance and... Well, why don't I let them tell you what happened? They'll tell you what the buzz is. What's a-happening.
So my name is Vanessa, I'm 22. My instrument is voice, and where I'm from?
Yeah.
I'm from Belen, which is a small town about half an hour south of here.
My name is Alec Blazik. I am a senior here at the University of New Mexico. I'm 21. I play the trumpet, and I'm music ed and music performance.
So my name's Daniel Salt. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and my primary instrument is saxophone.
So the title of the class is Secondary Methods, and essentially what I thought it was going to be was how to teach students ranging from middle school to high school.
However, most high schools and middle schools work in ensemble settings like band and choir, and this class has kind of been a way to get away from that. Not get so much get away from it, but do more general music sort of things.
And it's a lot of like participatory music making and a lot of like introduction to different skills. So mostly you didn't do anything that you already knew how to do.
And I thought it was going to be a lot of that, like, this is how you teach children, this is what they need to know, this is like a lot of classroom management skills, all of that, and this was not like that, which was kind of surprising and a little refreshing, but at the same time kind of stressful because there are no like guidelines like you do this, 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 and this.
I honestly thought it was going to be more about working with middle school and high school kids in an ensemble setting, kind of like what we're used to. And so the whole class has been a little bit of a game changer in a way.
So I kind of suspected it might be a general music, but I've never, like growing up in Albuquerque, there's no secondary school music in, as far as I know, any of the public schools and none of the private schools that I'm familiar with. So I don't really know what was part of that class, but I kind of suspected.
When I found out we were going to play ukulele in the class, I was like, well, that's cool. I didn't expect it at all.
So it didn't bug you that you had to buy one?
No, I mean, I got the email that I was like, that's not what I was expecting.
We talked a lot about where education has come from in the sense of, especially in technology, like recordings, so on and so forth, how it can be used to aid your classroom, how it can be used to distract your classroom, and all of the pros and cons between.
Okay, so for the performance at the end of the semester, basically we took different projects that we had done throughout this semester and put them together in one big concerts.
First there were the musicianship projects with the cover songs, the arrangements, and the original songs. But aside from that, there was a lot of other production stuff that had to be done. First, coming up with the theme, coming up with the design and the setup and the set list.
But I didn't realize how many things you had to pull together for a performance. I just thought it was magic that my choir director did when I was in high school. It was like, so we have a performance on this day, show up at this time, okay.
The original song was probably one of the biggest challenges. We got together several times and we were just kind of throwing out ideas. I know that like Lauren and Katrina kind of worked out a harmonization sort of progression. The melody came in sort of as a byproduct of the harmonization, and the words were kind of just, they're what spoke to us at the time. And then on top of our own student performances, we also had a faculty, which was interesting, including you and Bashwinner and Dr. Baya. So that was really cool. I thought that was interesting because it's like, you know, when children are little, they don't realize their teachers exist outside the classroom. That's kind of what it was like for me. I was like, I had no idea that these people who are music professors were capable of making such great music.
And then some of the iPad ensemble stuff. So small compositions, sort of just adding and taking away loops, and pre-sampled sounds. And then live demo stuff.
But we had piano, we had drums, we had electric piano, and a few other sounds and guitar that we were able to have enough cohesion to actually make a song, and it worked out. I mean, the covers or the mashups were given to us, and so we kind of just like intermingled each of them just a little bit.
I think the hardest part is it's just having to pick up all this different stuff and being able to do it, and having, in retrospect, not a whole lot of time to learn it?
Probably should have practiced ukulele a little bit more. It was just, I mean, we never really worked on performing that instrument. It's not a primary instrument for any of us, so we get to it's like, oh, we have to perform now and sing, and I'm a monophonic instrument, so I'm not super used to doing two things at once.
Especially for doing something in the music department that hasn't really ever been done.
Not to my knowledge.
Right. Like, for the most part, we primarily focus on classical music, which is okay. I mean, but at the same time, you want to nurture all aspects of music. Music is not put into a box. It's almost interdisciplinary.
Well, the part that I think was really cool about it is that it is very separate from like our private music study or private instrument study. And I think that's cool because it shows that even if we're not particularly good on all of these instruments or at any of these specific skills, it shows versatility throughout the class and throughout the major.
Plus, I'm going to use the ukulele way more, because I love it, and I didn't realize I loved it until this class.
Yay.
And I didn't realize that I was capable of playing such an instrument until this class. So I actually got really proficient in like switching chords and stuff, which for guitar, like for me, was really hard.
We really enjoyed doing the musician projects over the course of the semester. It was very different from what we're used to in like theory class, where we have to write in the style of Bach or Schumann or Schubert or whoever. And it was very, very more real in a way. It was less formal because we had a lot more freedom in what we were able to do. Mm-hmm. But we still had a sort of like expectation for ourselves to be able to perform and execute at a high level of excellence.
The performance is what brought it all together for me. No, it was really enlightening class. Actually, after the performance, I was, again, the next day I literally woke up from, my thing at 7 o'clock. And I didn't have to be at school until 1 because it was on a Friday. So I watched our performance again. And during the performance, I was really just like into it. But the next day I watched it and it was just like so nostalgic. It was great. And granted, there were some bumps, but it was still great. Like, I really don't think it could have gone any better.
It was pretty fantastic.
It was good.
But for now, a haiku. It's one for the books. This was something quite special. So proud of this class.